Well, the onset of fall weather, Coach, certainly a welcome occurrence for folks in Silicon Valley, and we've got football on a gorgeous day here in Santa Clara as we are situated at Levi's Stadium. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room, and we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. 2 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
We got this. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
All right, now, wide 80.
56. I'm scared.
Middle.
Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
Black 30. 50.
Mike 5-9. Mike 5-9. Target.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 4th down. On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 23. A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, alert!
Situation, let's go. Right there.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Garoppolo. He gets this to Devontae Adams. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
Let's go, baby.
Garoppolo on 1st down. Throw right side taken in by Pettis. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
21.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. Well, remember, Tevin Coleman was in the two-headed backfield in Atlanta during his 4 years there, along with Devontae Freeman. Now he joins a crowded backfield in San Francisco. But in Atlanta, he played under offensive coordinator Kyle Shanahan, and then, of course, Shanahan becomes a 49er head coach, and he made it a point to go out and snag his former running back because he really likes his 26-year-old ball carrier. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
50-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. Wait, 80!
50, Mike's 50. Here we go, here we
12, fellas, here we go. Stay hot!
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. Looking deep for Adams. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it, and he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the out, watch the out.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go.
A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
I'm not sure that you'd call it a trick play, but they definitely showed some imagination there. I wouldn't be surprised if they want to come back and show this play a few more times before this one is over.
Block 80!
Block 59.
Whoa!
On third down, Roethlisberger going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing.
Here we go.
At their own 34-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
How about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
At the 34-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, gun. 12.
Mike 5-4.
Hey, Delta.
Mike 5-4.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Incomplete. Joe Hayden on the coverage.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
Here I come again.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. On now is the 27-year-old rookie, Mitch Wisnowski, to punt, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer, and put your defense in a bad spot.
On first down, it's Grant, and he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. On second and 11 now, Roethlisberger. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. So after a scoreless first quarter, we at least finally get some points on the board.
But it can't be what either of us expected, can it?
No, the safety's not what you expect for the first points of the game, but one of the goose eggs is gone.
That's it, baby. We're going to run.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. Two drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Here we go.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. Right back to Coleman here on first down. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Check.
Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on third down.
Hey, orbit.
26, Mike, 26.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 39. Kittle last year, what a season. 1,377 receiving yards, an NFL record for tight ends en route to his first Pro Bowl. Not bad for the former fifth-round pick. I remember that game, December, against Denver. He had that monster first half, 210 yards, did not have a single catch in the second half, but still those 210 yards were just 4 yards shy of Shannon Sharp's single-game record for a tight end. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's second and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between second and 4 and second and 8 and 9.
On second down, it's Coleman. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Now 3rd and 5.
Here we go.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. On third down, here's Coleman. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
A 51-yard attempt.
And this one is right down the middle. CD, you know there were quite a few Bears fans back in January saying, why didn't we hold on to that Robbie Gould guy?
Well, it's a legitimate question. 33 of 34 for San Francisco in 2018. The crazy stat of the year, he missed more extra points, 2, than he did field goals, 1, in the 2018 season.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Here we go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has really. They come up here now, first down. Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster, and he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. So first and 10 now from the 30.
No spacing.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Ball on the 30 as they come up, second and 10. Now it's Roethlisberger. Out to his left. They're going to set up the screen here. This is Grant. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Mike, ready? Black 20. Quarter.
Check. 59.
Hey, Charlie.
Ben to throw again. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with.
Tighten up.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Throwing on second down. Garoppolo. Flush to his... And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a third and long. On third down, Coleman finding room to the 20. And finally down at the 9-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. 49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They're looking at a first and goal from about the 9. Here's Coleman. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This is an easy one, 23-yarder. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. A good passing down here, and they send three receivers to the right of the formation on second down.
Hey, wahoo!
Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction. Excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
Hey, watch it, watch it.
They're going to try and run. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
They made the decision to go for two. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
Third quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe first or second, you don't. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to, I don't like to chase a lot of points.
Yeah.
But I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down one does for me.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Here we go.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Clock. Hey, get hot.
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. Now he's going to go deep down the left side. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jason Verrett, new member of the 49ers. Room here to run. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
180.
59 mark, check, 59.
Now a give, right side. Grant. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. They go back to Grant. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
Space to run past the 20. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
Roethlisberger now to throw on 3rd down. Now been hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Terrell Edmonds comes flying in from safety for the sack.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
On 2nd down now, it's Coleman. And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Here comes the 49ers punter now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Now a man open down the middle of the field. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Block 80! 50!
They'll run on 1st down. It's Grant, and very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He's got the 1st down here inside the 30, and he takes it all the way down to the 22. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
Here we go. Black 20.
On 1st down, Grant. He's got the 1st down inside the 10, and he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Corey Grant, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, and the Steelers have taken the lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. And Garoppolo, maybe a free play. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Here's a 2nd and 5 now after the offsides penalty.
Hey, gun. White.
They'll run here with Coleman out of the gun. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go. 21. Hey, exit.
Garoppolo going to try and throw on 3rd. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Roethlisberger will throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Grant. No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And some room to work. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward. Garoppolo, 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
21.
From the gun, it's a handoff to Coleman. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
21. Here we go.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Blue jaw
At the 7-yard line.
Check the hut.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll try with McKinnon. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Here we go.
2nd and goal from the 1.
I got it. Hey, Mike.
It's Coleman here. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Tevin Coleman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front. All right, now what can the Niners do as they face a big 2-point conversion here?
Mike's 50.
11. Recon, 132 fighter.
They'll try and run it in with Coleman. And he will not get there. He comes up short. And they're unable to push this lead to a field goal as it'll remain a 1-point game. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now Roethlisberger. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. And he locates Luke Wilson. That one goes for 24 yards. I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Now it's Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. Less than 2 minutes to play. Down to the wire we go in a 1-point game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Grant. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Check. Go. Let's go. Check.
They're going on 4th down. It's Roethlisberger. And he's got Moncrief. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down.
Pardon, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the 1st down run. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. First carry for James Conner. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Here we go. Black 80.
Here we go.
Black, what's up?
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Hey! Go!
Right back to Connor here on first. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 49ers 12-yard line.
And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. So on now for the field goal try, Chris Boswell. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So on now for the field goal try, Chris Boswell.
A 29-yard attempt.
And it is good. He splits the uprights on the chip shot. And the Steelers have won the game. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of. But now it's about taking the ball away, taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Steelers, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.